At a sauna in Detroit.
It was in a black area, so most of the men were African Americans, you see. And they used to say, "Pass over the white boy." Oh, Lordy me, you know. And they used to actually physically, but I was 19 then, and they physically used to pass me over to the middle of the wall. And some of these black men were fat, and they got fabulous tongues. I loved it. I loved it. You know, I used to come and come and come, and I reckon about 4 or 5 times in a couple of hours was not unusual. Now, of course, I am 70 next year, and one of my great sadnesses is I can't do anything like that now. You know, when I go to the baths.
What a thrill!
What a thrill!
Welcome. That's what this is, right? This is
what is what?
What?
That's what this podcast is? A thrill?
This is when Jack Reacher lowers himself on the ropes and steals the diamonds. This is what this song plays, right? And then he has gay sex in a bathhouse?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Priest in the bathhouse getting sucked off, bro.
Oh, right.
This is
okay.
This is where he's climbing around a rock.
It's such a very sneaky sounding track. I thought it was like the sneaky scene, but I guess they kind of wanted some dissonance with the soundtrack and what's happening on the screen. So okay,
this is his son's
they
birthday.
they played this during the son's birthday / gay sex bathhouse scene, and then during the sneaky scene, it was like very saxophone heavy sort of porno music.
Yeah, no. This is when he's got he's in the wet t-shirt contest. And
he has to blend into the wet. Oh, it's a good thing that Q gave him those synthetic boobs that he can inflate at any time.
These are inflatable breastises, James. And then so Jack Reacher in this case.
Yeah, he tries to grope one and he's like, "Don't touch it. It's very sensitive."
You mean it's going to explode? No.
It's connected it's connected directly to the nerves in my penis. I'll know whenever you use it.
You're a sick man, Q.
What's the purpose of this, Q? You know what it is. You got me.
James goes into the lab. Q's completely naked on a bench. He's got himself tied up and bound, and James is walking around the room, like just touching the things that are laid out for him, and they're somehow connected to Q, like electrocuting his nipples and shit.
Yeah.
That's basically where they got with that little twink guy that they had in the last few movies. They have this little British twink, you know, he's a freak.
Yeah, he's inventing weird stuff, weird electroshock stuff.
I usually think it's actually really fucking annoying when people do this, but I'm going to talk about a dream I had. Whenever people talk about dreams
some people get real pissed off at dream stories. Yeah, I don't mind them. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've never listened to a person's entire dream story.
So you don't like it. Okay. So.
No. Like it's almost impossible for me. It depends on how often I talk to the person.
Is it because it's a dream? So you just like kind of subconsciously can't care about it because it's not real, or is it because dreams are always like? And then I was like in like a dorm, but the dorm was also the country, and then so going to a different dorm was like going to like Minnesota. So then I was in Minnesota, but I was actually in the other hallway over there, and then someone had a dog. But then I was also dating the dog, but it was like not like it was a dog. It was like I knew it was another person.
You know, this made me rethink it. I don't want to tell my story. I remember that I think it's really annoying when people talk about their dreams. And there's like I'm generally a person that lets people talk about anything. I just like listening to people talk, but there's something about dreams in particular that just makes it impossible for me to listen or process. It's been this way. I don't even know why anymore. Like, it's just been this way as long as I can remember, that I don't give a fuck. And I'll nod politely and be like, "Oh, that's crazy," but I can't actually engage in other people's dreams.
I want to know that. What is there any intense symbolism? Is there any deep stuff happening?
It's getting attacked by monkeys.
Okay, all right. So
I was-
have you visited like a different grocery store recently, or like?
I was
You know,
at my apartment. I was at my apartment, and I walked up to my apartment, and there were monkeys out front. And I was like, I'm like, hey, neighbor, what the fuck's going on here? There are monkeys in front of my apartment. And he's like, oh, what do you mean? There's always been monkeys in front of your apartment. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. So I go into my apartment, and I close the door as fast as I can, and I'm like, the monkeys look like they were about to start trying to break into my apartment as I was closing the door. And then I'm like, wait a minute, monkeys can climb. So
And then, of course, in the dream, as soon as you remember it, it starts happening, right?
yes, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, monkeys start trying to break through my windows, so I have to turn my couch. I turned my couch over in front of my windows to try to block them, but the couch isn't tall enough to block all the window. So I start scrambling, and then my cat Happy is looking at me. He's like, "What the fuck are you gonna do, man?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? You're a cat."
It took a second to check the sitch with your cat. Like, what do you think about this?
He's
We'll
like,
go
he's
into your
like,
cat.
I'm like, what the fuck do you need? I'm gonna, yeah. Anyway, that was what was going on in my dream.
The silliest reimagining of Take Shelter.
I was thinking about something in the car earlier, which was what I think I might have asked you this. I probably asked you this on the podcast before, but what's the worst crime that you have my back on? Like, worst crime that you know that I definitely committed and don't have any remorse on, and you got my back.
If you killed someone and you were like, "Hey, I need to hide in your basement," I'd be like, "He probably had a good reason," you know.
Okay.
If you were like, "I had to rape someone in self-defense," I might be a little skeptical. You know, that would be that's quite a Rube Goldberg machine of like, you had that. Yeah, there must be some crazy like roundabout logic you were working on, or. But
I like the idea of like, not like clearly this is ridiculous, but you're like, well, let's see what's got going on.
I would at least hear you out. I would, you know.
I was in a
I would
Saw situation. It's like 7, where it's like, he told me to fuck her and I fucked her.
Yeah, or it's some, you know, like, well, what if I had to say the N-word to stop a nuclear bomb from going off in the middle of, you know, downtown? Sure, yeah, you know. Something like that. It could happen at some point.
Not really a crime in that case, but
well, I mean, I'm just saying people imagine that scenario.
Tanking my public image. So like but let's say it's a situation where I need a character witness.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta come into a courtroom.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be a witness unless I was there, or like,
no, this is
just a character. Like,
yeah, this is you.
Oh, just your lawyer brings me in for me to be like, yeah, he always talked about how he paid his taxes and how much he respected women and blah blah blah. I would do that.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Not. Let's just say not rape. Just let's get that one out of the way.
I never heard him mention rape in a positive light, not even once, Your Honor.
Yeah. Honestly, can't even think about him talking about it in like a sort of ambivalent manner. Always virulently against it.
He wouldn't even say the word. He always says S.A.
And I'm like, San Antonio? He's like, no, you know which one I'm talking about. Okay, but like, bring you into a courtroom, you have to put a suit and tie on, got to comb your hair, probably getting a haircut.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so you got my back on like most things?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, fucking A. I got a fucking ride or die with me here. Let's go.
I mean, there's really no downside to me, you know, like, no matter, like, right? It's not like if you get convicted, I go to jail too, you know?
You know, that's what I wanted you to think. But now I've brought you in as my patsy. I've got you as my fucking, like, I've been just duping you. It's like Spice and Wolf. Just when you think you've got like a sure tricked. Thing. Yeah, you got fucking betrayed by
you thought,
friends.
I thought I was flying all the way down there to assist you in court in a murder trial, but you're actually dumping 700 pounds of almost old carrots on me. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I have to sell all these fucking carrots, and it's 2024. It's not medieval times. This is such an old problem. This is such an old problem that modern solutions have not been developed to solve. Oh no. I have to sell 800 fake watches.
You just go to New York City for that. You could have those things done in a fucking afternoon. Go to Chinatown.
True, yeah. I could be one of the
Goddamn,
most
bro.
reputable, street salesmen. Speaking of
What
New
else you got
York,
going,
look,
buddy?
this isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, look, my first note here is don't talk about the Jew tunnels. But this is, I feel, this isn't a controversial
let's go on
topic. Have you actually not heard?
I have just heard about this in the last hour. I got the.
It is not at all controversial or politically slanted or religious in any way
It
to
is
state
a curio.
as a
It's
fact
just
that Jews are digging tunnels. Why are they digging the tunnels? That's all I want to know. I really do want to know.
All right, give me the background on this. Hit me with
So
the BG
suddenly,
real quick.
last night or something, there was a video, along with multiple news reports, of a situation occurring, and you see a video of the pandemonium in this synagogue, and all these cops are fighting with all these Hasidic Jews because somebody somehow had uncovered a series of tunnels that they had been digging underneath the synagogue, under the city streets. And all these like Italian cops are like arguing with these guys about like how, no, you can't do this, buddy. And it's the funniest thing that's ever happened. And everyone's already made every joke possible about it. But my God, it's the best thing ever.
Is this like
It's the
a
best.
weird sect? Is this like they got like an Orthodox or like what?
I don't know the
what
difference
kinda-
between Orthodox and Hasidic. I don't know. I'm sure New Yorkers know better, but I don't know. They got the hats. They got the I almost said dreads. The sideburns.
It'd be pretty fucking awesome if they had dreads. They're Black Hebrew Israelites digging tunnels.
Yeah,
Now that I could fuck with.
Trustafarian Jews. Oh hell yes.
How big are the tunnels?
That's a great question. I mean, big enough that like there was a guy like at like nearby crawling out of like a sewer grate like on a different street, I think. So
It's honestly surprising that this doesn't happen more often. Really, like what do we know what they're doing it for?
no. Some people said they were just trying to expand, but I don't know. Expand into like are people going to go? Why did they cover it? Why it was underground? Expand into what? Is it just for
Okay,
storage
let's-
space? It was tunnels. It wasn't just a room. I wonder
New
how.
York City to. Go
I
ahead.
wonder how deep you have to dig for the ground to hold, or how many tunnels you can have. It just can't be. It can't be safe. What year did Demolition Man take place in?
The tunnel was approximately 60 feet long. That's pretty long. 8 feet wide and 5 feet tall, with inadequate shoring.
It was only one tunnel. Okay.
The tunnels reportedly connected the building to a nearby closed men's mikvah. Is that like a gay bathhouse?
I mean, probably.
Mikvah.
Okay. Demolition Man takes place in 2032, so we already got like the mole people almost 10 years early. That's pretty good.
The mikvah is central to the Orthodox Jewish community. The existence of mikvah is considered so important the Jewish community is required to construct a mikvah even before building a synagogue. What is the purpose? Reasons for immersion. Mikvah was used by men and women to gain ritual purity after various events.
Let's see. Blah blah blah. Oh, gooning right here. It says for.
Oh
for
yeah.
gooning.
Oh, they get a goon tunnel. Oh, well, now I'm sympathetic to the
Yeah, now
cause.
I'm
We
on
have
their
to
side.
Release these freedom fighters.
Give them their goon tunnel. Come on. What are you doing?
What do we want? Gooning. Where do we want it? Tunnels. I don't know. I'm gonna let that one develop. I'm gonna let that story gestate a little bit more before I give my official opinion, because I don't know that I have enough data to really respond as an informed.
Yeah.
I am a public figure.
My gut instinct is dudes need their tunnels. They need to have them. At the very least, let them have it somewhere. If they need to relocate it, fine. But guys need to be just scooping.
Did I ever tell you about
scurrying?
I was talking to my dad and I were talking about Israel at one point. and he was talking about like we're talking about the what how Israel came to be, and he's like, I don't know why we didn't just give them Utah. He's like, we should have just given them Wyoming. Just give them a huge piece of Wyoming. We got this huge swath of the country that there's nothing going on there. We could have just put them there.
People do live there. I mean, it's not,
Yeah,
not
but
like there's
there's-
anything going on over there. Like it's like a desert. It's like
like
semi-desert.
Yeah, they fucking. I mean,
There's
yeah,
actually there is a there's like an entire state of Russia. It's basically Siberia that is like another like Jewish homeland, but I don't think anyone lives there. I think it's a similar. I think like I don't know if anyone ever even moved there, but it was just set up like yes, Jew zone right here, and I think it's just empty.
Welcome to the Jew zone. I feel like that's a thing. Like it's like a video game cutscene where you have the cold open of the game, and then your character gets knocked out, and then they wake up and they're in the bottom, like they're on the floor, and then they're like they come to, and like their vision starts to focus, and then somebody leans down over top of them, and they're like, "Welcome to the Jew zone," and then they pick you up and give you a gun.
Yeah, eyes up, sunshine. Psh. Or it's like in Doom where like he cocks the shotgun and then it gives the title card, but it says Jew Zone. Level 1. Oh yeah, Jewish Autonomous Oblast. Oh, and the picture is just a tundra. Look at that.
Send me this shit.
Look at the here. I'll put it. Look at. Oh yeah, I'll send it to you too. Look at the wondrous Look at the great Jewish homeland that Russia set up. For the chosen people, just a frozen lake with like a
Christ
sedan.
Almighty. The flag is just a rainbow. That's adorable.
I mean,
that's adorable.
I like this really bad. The tiger, the coat of arms is like a bad SVG, like a vectorized tiger. That's good. The colors are like teal. Yeah, what a silly place. Population,
Man.
150K. Okay, all right.
Man, people just choose to live in the absolute fucking asshole of the world.
Well, it's more like
Like-
they just choose not to leave. Yeah.
I would find a good reason to leave. I gotta be honest. I'm looking at what we got going on here with this. They got a 1993 Subaru fucking town car here, and I think I would choose.
No
to
way
not
that
live in
thing's
area.
starting. If you
No,
turn the key,
that's
it's
a
negative.
fixture.
It's negative 50 Celsius. You're not starting that shit. That thing's
You
been
have to
sitting there for 20 years.
No, you have to start a fire on the hood to even get the thing thinking about starting on. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's a terrible place. I don't even have to see the rest of it. Maybe the little towns are adorable. They got fucking brick buildings. I don't want any part of that. What's the absolute worst environment that you could live in? Like what?
Like equator, like full on, like maximum heat, humid, tropical, like nothing but dry season and rainy season.
There are people that be
a
living
whole rainy
in
season
like,
where it just rains like every day.
Then you're saying that's the worst you could live in? You're saying that's the worst on the planet?
I guess it's the worst I could live in.
There's like those fucking parts of the world where it's 24 hours of sunlight, and then other seasons it's 24 hours of complete darkness.
Oh,
And
okay. If you're
people-
counting that as part of the environment, okay. I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely a feature of like the environment that you live in. That's
Sure, okay,
insane.
you're not just
You
talking
should
about
nobody
climate.
should live there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you can't.
Yeah, they got to be weird. They're probably just weird to deal with that. I don't know.
I'm shocked
And I mean,
that they don't
you
have like.
you have some good blackout curtains. You can just make it nighttime. It's probably fine.
But you can't make it daytime, and that's the thing. Is like.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that those people haven't adapted to be like deep sea fish, where their eyes are just like opaque white. You know, like they just use echolocation to get around and shit.
They're the Eskimos. There's in the realm of like what are they called, like a culture bound illnesses, culture bound disorders or something. Like a lot of different cultures have like conditions where you'll just suddenly go crazy and like kill a bunch of people. Like that's where the phrase "running amok" comes from. Amok was what it was called in, I think, Malaysia or Indonesia, and that was just when like someone would just snap and just like kill like a bunch of people in their village, and it wasn't even a crime because it happened so much, and then they'd be normal afterwards. And the Eskimos had that one where someone would just go nuts and like take all their clothes off and just like jump into freezing cold water and kill themselves, or they would kill everyone in their igloo, and like the English showed up and were just like taking notes on them, and like it started happening way more, and then it just stopped. And like they just like as soon as they like something about just like encountering like a different, like either a different language or just different people who like think a different way in some way, just like stop that from happening. From now on, it's just never happened again.
The biggest piece of shit in the entire history of the human race is the motherfucker that decided to cross the ice bridge from Russia to the New World.
That shit isn't even
monster.
Real. There were Chinese people fucking sailing over here 30,000 years ago. They were fucking.
You think they just fucking went for it?
Oh yeah, there were Asians over here sailing over here. There were Phoenicians mining copper in Michigan. There were giants. Who knows where they came from? There's probably Nephilim. There's probably pygmies. There's probably grays. You know.
Well, that's the same shit though. Like being the motherfucker that's like, let's get on a boat and just maybe we'll end up at a landmass is a real fucking piece of work. You know, where
you will eventually. You always will.
Well, no. First of all, you might die.
Well, I mean,
because your navigation isn't that sophisticated, and then if you do get there, you've just doomed everybody to a landmass that's hostile, presumably, and also, like, you don't know if there's fucking food there. Like, you don't know if that's a better life for you there. So anybody who did that is deranged, or at least definitely had like what is it, toxoplasmosis, like that fucking they definitely
ergot poisoning.
Yeah, right. They're like, I see beyond the horizon. There's a new life for us. It's like, okay. That being said, I mean,
they were kind of. I mean, they did know some things. They knew about latitude, probably, right? They were like, it's probably like similar temps, similar. You can grow stuff. It's not like you're gonna end up somewhere where there's not dirt unless you get really unlucky.
Actually, wasn't latitude the only thing that they actually couldn't fix? I think they could fix longitude, but they couldn't fix latitude. Right?
What do you mean fix?
Wasn't as in like determine where they were when they're out at sea? It wasn't that the?
Oh, I'm sure you can figure that out somehow.
I think that like up until like the 1600s they didn't have it. Hold on. I've been reading Shogun.
Could you do that with stars? I don't even know actually how you would do that. Yeah. That might be tough. Just gotta pay attention. But as long as you always stay pointed roughly the same direction, you shouldn't change latitude that much, right?
Oh, hold on. Okay, they couldn't fix longitude. They could fix latitude though. Longitude was the thing that they had trouble determining when they're out in the open ocean. Anyway, okay. Whatever.
Sure.
This is boring. Yeah, well, okay. The Jewish tunnel's weird. Siberia, hellhole.
Not great.
You got my back. That's the most important thing of all.
You know I got you.
I know you. I like to hear it, okay? Sometimes I'm lonely at night and I think, I'm like, does anybody have my back? And I'm like, I know Declan's got my back, but I just gotta hear,
Yeah, no, I've had that thought, except it's usually something along the lines of like, if I ever have to do some shit, I can't tell any woman. Like, I just imagine, like, it's always like, I'm thinking about the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, obviously every dude would have my back. I just can't let my mom find out that I'm.
Your mom's got your back. Your mom has. No, your mom's got your back.
No, she does not.
Your mom's got your back.
No, dude. She's singing like a canary immediately. As soon as the cop is like, look, we just want to talk to him. He's not in trouble. He's going to be like, oh, well, Nuh-uh.
What was it? There was that dude who murdered his girlfriend in a national park a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, in the van?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
his mom was she had his back. They got there. They're like, where is he? She's like, I don't know who you're talking about. She's like,
But he
I
wasn't
have no
there,
idea.
so like, I mean, but maybe she was trying to help.
He wasn't he there? Didn't they determine that he
No,
had
he
left from there?
no, he ran into the woods and killed himself. Maybe he had been
Oh,
there.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I got your back, dog.
Thank you. We had the
I'll bring
holidays
I'll bring you food. I'll bring you food.
Yeah.
So
in my little
you know.
lean-to in my little hut.
No. We know where you would meet me.
That's too obvious.
You
No.
know where No. It is, but it's also not. You know where you know where you'd meet me. You just have to give me like some sort of cryptic, difficult to decode messages,
Yeah.
perhaps encoded messages, and then you'd have to find your own way there for about 2 weeks. And then after about 2 weeks, I'd probably be there, and then I'd bring you dried meat and stuff. You know, I'd bring you beer.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Honestly, that sounds like an upgrade. Holidays.
Yeah, just yes. How'd you do? What was up? Oh yeah, you just hang out.
Yeah, what did I do for Christmas? I had ramen for Christmas.
Ooh.
Not like stovetop ramen, but I the day before I'd gone and gotten oh, actually, hold on. Christmas Eve, I had ramen with Chase. I had gone and picked up like nice ramen from a restaurant, and then we rewarmed it and watched.
Yeah.
We watched an Andy Sedaris movie, which was a blast. The guy who did Hard Ticket to Hawaii. We watched another one of his. We actually watched his earliest movie, which is I'm gonna find the name of it right now. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about Malibu Express, which is the precursor to Hard Ticket to Hawaii. And I've seen 4 Andy Sedaris movies now, and there are certain tropes that come up in every movie, but my favorite is, you know, the desert road, or like the beach road where the inflatable like the
Yes,
blow up doll
they
gets
blow
exploded.
up the yes, yeah.
That stretch of road is in every movie, which is super charming because you get there and you're like, yeah, it's the stretch of road from Hard to Get to Hawaii, and it's like he uses the same actors in every movie. You know the cross dresser in Hard to Get to Hawaii, like the one who's at the restaurant. That
It's
guy's
been a long time.
in. Anyway, I just had a hoot watching an Andy Sedaris movie. I ate some ramen noodles, and then Christmas Day, one of my friends invited me to come over to her family gathering, which was I don't know if there's a group of people that hates immigrants more than Hispanic immigrants. I mean, goddamn, I'm talking to her mom, and her mom's like, she's like, she had lived in Buffalo for a few years, and she's like, I would tell my students, I would tell them, you ruin Puerto Rico, you cannot ruin this country. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, how am I supposed to process this? I'm like nodding. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, okay. They one of my best friends, he was a Democrat, and then one day he comes to me and he says, I can no longer be a Democrat. He's a cop. He's an officer in the city. And he pulled over this truck, right? It was on his way to Canada. And they opened up the trunk of the truck, and it was ballots for Donald Trump. It was an entire and she's like, and he's like, on that day I can no longer vote Democrat.
I believe her.
I spent probably just an hour sitting next to her, and she's like, I think, dude, she's talking about San Francisco and about how the 49ers are not going to win the Super Bowl. because this city of San Francisco is abandoned God, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is fucking wild. But I had some really really delicious food.
Is she Argentinian by any chance?
No, she's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican.
Oh wow.
And I'm trying to remember what else. There was one of the other people there had a pet bird that she brought with her. And then about every 5 to 10 minutes, which pet birds are the worst pet, by the way.
Oh, that's
Horrible pet to have.
terrible. You can't you can't light a candle in your house if you have a bird. You know,
Well,
you
they're
can't
just-
like
they're gross.
you can't cook anything, and they're also just gross and they never shut the fuck up. Yeah.
That was the thing, is that every 5 to 10 minutes it would just fucking
Oh my God, 10
screech
minutes.
as loud. 5 to 10. I learned to tune it out at a certain point. Every 5 to 10 minutes it would screech as loud as it possibly could. And then as she was trying to put it away because she was going to leave, she tried to put it into its cage, and it flew directly onto my head. And like, you know, I'm not wigged out, but I'm like, I basically can't move because I don't want to hurt it, you know, because it's fragile as shit. So I just have to stand there until she comes over and gets the bird off of me. So anyway, that was which all of that sounds like I'm complaining. It was fun as shit. I had a great time.
Nice.
But yeah, that was Christmas, and then New Year's I was just working. So
Oh yeah.
I got drunk as fuck while I was working though. It was pretty fun.
Oh,
It was open bar, and then I just like, I'm like, hey, I'm working New Year's. I'm gonna get fucking trashed here. So, what about you, my friend?
What about me? I don't know. It was pretty normal. I have a drone now. I'm gonna need some hot drone tips from you.
Really?
Drone guy. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. I'm flying it
Which
around.
drone did you get?
It's a DJI Mini 2 SE.
Really? Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the they make it just under the weight limit, so you don't have to register it, which is like $5, but I guess that's nice. And yeah, I've just been flying around looking at stuff, trying not to make people angry by like flying right over their houses.
That's fucking awesome, man. I'm not going to bring up the tragedy. We're not going to bring up the incident.
This one seems a lot more idiot proof.
Well, hey, you can see what it's seeing. And that's
too.
kind of the big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
cool, man.
I'm looking forward to fucking around with that.
Was that a gift, or did you just buy it?
That was a gift. My dad got me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I'm just looking into this now. Yeah. I obviously have my drone. Yeah. If you need drone tips, I'll let you know. But it's mostly just fly the drone and don't crash it.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to there was one point where I was flying it back to me, and it was going very, very slow. There was no wind. I couldn't figure that one out. That was weird.
Does it have different performance modes? Does it have it?
Yeah, it was in normal.
Sport mode. Yeah. If you put it in sport mode, if you're not like around anything, you can put that bitch in sport mode and just rip it.
Yeah.
Because if you're like over the treetops or something.
Yeah. Well, one time I put it in sport mode, and then it said we're turning the camera off because like something to do with the speed can hurt the camera, the gimbal, whatever.
Oh.
So I'm afraid of it doing that again. Sometimes it doesn't. Did it once. I don't know what causes it to do that.
Well, cool.
What'd
you do for
I've
New
been looking
Year's?
around. I've been looking on Google Maps and just finding weird stuff and being like, "What is that thing? I need to look at that on the drone."
We need to the next time I'm up there, we got to get into trouble. We got to go fly that thing where we shouldn't be flying it.
Yeah, like where? I was
You
thinking of
remember
going to that abandoned building again.
We when I first got my drone, you were there when we went to the school and then flew it over to the fucking pizzeria.
That
Were
was
you
sick.
there for
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
That's the wild. I cannot believe we fucking did that because that's not a short distance. It's also like way out of the line of
mean,
sight. And it fucking just worked.
That seemed like a large distance back then, but now that I have this drone and I realize that they can fucking go 3 miles if you have like a clear line of sight.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't seem that crazy. I mean, it's actually like the range is actually just limited by the battery, not how far like it can transmit. You
Yeah,
know?
the thing's probably got like a half an hour of battery on it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, 31 minutes. It
Yeah.
advertises 31. So like in that time, I think you can go like theoretically like 5 kilometers. I would not do that. Yeah, that's actually.
Cool
I mean,
as
that
shit.
is taking it to the pizzeria. I mean, that is like, wait, where's the? Why can't I? Oh, yeah, that's like across the street. That's like
It is across the street, but it's way out of the line of sight.
true.
It's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
across a couple of roads, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. Good for you, man. That's fun as shit.
I get all kinds of robotic things. I got a Roomba. It's 2005. Remember Roomba's a thing? Yeah,
I
got
should
me
buy a Roomba just to give my cat something to do.
Oh yeah, Cat is not a fan of the Roomba. Boy.
What's going on? Does it make a loud noise?
Well, I mean, it's a thing that moves around. It freaks. My cat is very anxious. I got my. This is a weird inside joke, but for whatever reason, my sister got me a Newton's cradle. You know, like the metal balls.
Yeah.
And like that freaks my cat out. My cat cannot handle the Newton's balls. So that's that's what we're working with.
Well, I have not thought about a Roomba in forever. Does it work?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it probably works best if your floor is already pretty much clean and you're just having it doing some very light touch-ups because it just doesn't have a very big compartment, especially if you have an animal and there's so much fucking hair everywhere. It's gonna get filled up pretty fast. But it runs for like 2 hours and then it just goes back to its little station and charges up. So I don't know.
Does it? Is there a lip between your kitchen and your bed, your living room?
It hasn't. It kind of just bounces around randomly. I don't think it's gotten in there yet. But no, all it would have to do is get over a rug, which I think it can do. And then I blocked off the stairs so it can't fall down there.
That's just kind of a fun goof, really.
It is
Just
fun
to have something to look at.
Press a button and have a little thing bounce around and hit stuff. It was very windy here.
Yes, we were going to record last night.
You said the weather was bad there. Are you not? I looked at the weather. Are you not in Austin?
I am in Austin.
What you said you were dealing with the same thing. What was going on down there?
We had crazy winds. It was like 50-mile-per-hour winds, and like my this place isn't ready for that. Like our infrastructure isn't ready to handle 50-mile-per-hour winds. So my lights were flickering and stuff. I was getting brownouts.
Why did weather.com say there was no wind in Austin when I checked a couple
It was
days
the
ago?
night before. It was the night before was when I was experiencing that.
Okay.
Like I was like just in bed and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this never happens.
Yeah, I got a lot of sticks and a small tree came down too, actually, which is great. Like, there's no leaves. If there'd been leaves on these trees, it would have been fucking terrifying. The fact that the trees were moving as much as they were with zero leaves was nuts. It was like, and also it was just nighttime, so it just sounded like I was next to an ocean. It was just roaring out there.
Yeah,
all
is
night.
it that sound?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the sound.
And then every once every once in a while, just a large object would hit. Would like scrape against the roof or something, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is that, dude?"
I was wondering if you're gonna have to fucking sleep in your basement, like fucking as cold as it was gonna get. You have to keep your.
It wasn't even that cold. It was like 40s. It wouldn't have gotten that cold that fast.
Oh, okay.
Damn. But then again, I guess it's windy. Maybe it get cold faster. I've been using that wood stove for the first time for some, it was maybe getting a little windy at that point. I was trying to light a fire. I failed somehow to establish a draft in my chimney and just filled my entire fucking basement with smoke. That's annoying. I don't know.
Well, at least it smells great in there now.
Yeah, I mean, it smells. Yeah, it smells like smoke. It kind of already did. It probably doesn't really matter. What else? I don't know what's going on.
That's all I really got. I got fucking. And I had nothing. I had nothing coming to this. I was just making sure you had my back. That was all.
Yes. We've established that I have your back.
Yeah. No, that's all I really need to hear. You know, all of the rest of it is just gravy.
On New Year's, I got really drunk and I just made chili. I'm just gonna cook on New Year's Eve from now on every year because I always end up having the best time. It's rules. Just get obliterated and cook. Just do something slow on the stove.
Getting really drunk while cooking is pretty fun.
It's kind of necessary. Yeah, it's pretty miserable if you don't.
Yeah, I trying to think of what the best things to cook while you're drunk are.
Anything that's kind of easy, anything that's like you just toss stuff in a pot, you just let it simmer, you just toss stuff in there.
I've been making some steaks in my stovetop. My parents sent me a bunch of steaks for Christmas, bunch of frozen steaks, and I've been cooking those up. And the first one I did was medium rare. And then the second one that I did was just rare, just rare.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty fucking delicious. It was a boneless ribeye. Had that shit going rare.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot. This is why I don't have anything interesting going on in my life. Is that I finally have a TV show that I'm like actively watching consistently. Which is I've been watching all of Anthony Bourdain's stuff from like the very beginning. I'm watching all of every single thing that he ever made, and I never thought that I wanted to go to Uruguay, but here I am thinking that that's a place that I need to go eventually.
No way, dude. There's no way you want to go to Uruguay.
You're watching. Get ready, dude. Fucking. You said you have my back. You're not going to follow me to Uruguay?
I would help you kill someone. I'm not going to encourage you to go to South America. Come on. It's not crazy.
Man. I thought I had a real one. I thought I had a real hitter on my side. And then here I am. Won't even let me go. He won't even help me go to Colombia. You won't even let me.
Man, I got to look out for myself, too.
No, you know that there's only it's like it's like that video game Kane and what the fuck was the other one?
Oh, some friend you are. You don't even remember my name.
What the fuck? What was the other guy's name?
Kane and Lynch.
Kane and Lynch, yeah, dude, it's you and me. Kane and Lynch was it Dead Men? Is that the game? That's
Kane and Lynch Blood Money? What was the second one? Was the second one
two,
Dead Men?
Yeah.
I forget.
You get to be the one that's balding, and I'm the one that has a head of hair, and that's what we are. Or you want to be that, or you want to be Army of Two? It's one or the other.
Ooh, Army of Two is fun. Army of Two is cool with the masks and the knuckle, the pounding.
Yeah, Army of Two because there's like rap music playing in the background. We get to wear masks, and then we also get to put we get to put soda cans onto the front of our guns as suppressors, and that's a win in my book.
Yeah.
I think eventually what we should do is we should have way too much cocaine. And then do a live stream where we just play both Army of Two games in one setting, split screen.
Those games suck so bad.
Yeah, but can you imagine how awesome it would be if you had your fucking dog with you? It's so fucking. You're just you and your fucking boy playing Kane and Lynch and Army of all two Kane and Lynch games, all two Army of Two games, and
we're playing every game where there's two guys.
Yeah, Halo 2, Halo
Jack
3,
and Daxter, Kane and Lynch,
Mario and Luigi,
Ratchet and Clank,
Naruto and Sasuke.
Yes,
absolutely. Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, every fucking group of two guys that were ever together. That's us.
Yeah, ride or die. That's a series of videos I've been getting in my YouTube shorts. Is a guy explaining what to do in certain situations if you into hood, and I've learned a lot from that. But most of it is just don't go to the hood. Hey, did you know that if you're at a gas station and a guy asks if you want some gas, he's not asking if you want actual gas.
Well, golly, I was going to pump it myself, but I guess if somebody's asking me, I'm just a simple countryman. I'm here in the city delivering some rutabagas to the farmer's market, and I don't know any better.
I'm delivering onions to the mayor.
Shit, I had a goof, but it's gone now.
Oh.
Here, let me go. I want to refill my beverage, and then maybe we...
Does Giant Bomb have a list of video games with two guys?
Here, you pursue this while I go refill my drink before we talk about the spice and the wolf. Before we release the spice.
Yeah, it's release. This is weird. We're actually talking about release the spice. See, no one has a list of video games where there's two guys. Come on. List of cooperative video games. That's not exactly what I was looking for. How many video games have an ampersand? Adventures of Cookie and Cream. Done. Boom. That's going on there. 100% PS2. Who developed this? FromSoft. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, all right. What did Famitsu give this? Is there no Famitsu? 23. On the DS. On the PS2 gets a 30. 30 out of 40. That's average for Famitsu. All right. We're doing that for sure. This is a great jumping off point for our Twitch channel. Finally. Okay, Battletoads and Dungeons and Dragons. That's going on there. I'm not even going to look at that one. That's going on there. Bugs Bunny and Taz. Done. Command and Conquer. That's not two guys. That's a name. That's a concept. Dungeons and Dragons. Again, that's not two characters. Hidden and Dangerous. What is this? Oh boy, that's some cover art. A tactical shooter. What the hell? All right. I'm looking at every video game with an ampersand in its title.
Okay, what do we got?
We got The Adventures of Cookies and Cream. We're doing that one.
That's two guys.
That is two guys for sure. Developed by From Software.
What?
For the PS2. Yeah. 30 out of 40 from Famitsu. Which I think is like average for Famitsu. Goody Mix.
75, yeah.
This is a very PS1 looking PS2 game. Oh wait, no, that must be the DS version. Okay, it was on the DS2. Okay, it looks like a PS2 game, you know. That's probably great. Kane and Lynch we talked about. Battletoads and Double Dragon.
Well, Double Dragon's the ultimate just two dudes game. That's like the OG.
Yeah, true.
Battletoads? How many? I don't want to have the option to play with more than two dudes. I want there to just be two dudes and that's it.
I think there's only two. Yeah.
I don't want there to be up to 4. I don't want there to be 3. Just 2.
Not one either. Just 2. No CPU.
Yeah.
There's also Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters.
Oh, we're busting something all right. Yeah, that's for sure.
So.
I had a question. Have you seen those videos of these guys who just keep throwing things into a fire until one of them gets hurt? It's like every day they throw like a different aerosol container into a fire until one of them gets hurt. Have you seen this?
No.
Let me see. Throwing.
Did one of them get hurt?
Yes.
All right. Mission accomplished.
I can't find it. I can't find it, unfortunately. Next time I see you, I'll send it your way. But it's I think they finally threw a propane tank into a fire and that got one of them.
Yeah, propane. There's a lot in there. Was it full? Do you think it was full?
I don't know, but the guy was hospitalized, so that was the last I saw of it.
See that video of the guy firing an RPG like on like a gun YouTube channel, and it just like explodes as he's holding it, and he's entirely engulfed in flames.
No, what?
I think he was like, I think he's basically okay. I don't think he even lost any like fingers and stuff. But yeah, they were testing the what's it called, like the back blast. It's probably not called back blast. Something break. Hello.
Yeah, we're back. Hello. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I cut out, but they were testing.
Backdraft. He had something.
Yeah, he had like a dummy head, but I don't know what malfunctioned in it. But yeah, just the entire thing. There was no like explosive on it, obviously.
Yeah,
but
it was just a propellant explosion.
Yeah, all the propellant just exploded in all at once. They just got the whole thing in super slow motion. So.
Put that shit up on the stream. Put this shit on the stream. Look at this.
Oh, okay. Here. Well, let me find it first. Did they not show it? Where the fuck is it? God damn it. Wait, is it here? Oh, come on, play. No, they didn't. Let's see. How about this one? Nope.
I'm gonna feed my cat real quick because he's bitching.
What's How about here? Oh yeah, I think this is it. Okay, I think.
Have we recorded an episode since I got an automatic cat feeder?
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Okay, yeah. He officially knows when food is coming now.
Oh boy.
And just comes to bother me about 15 minutes beforehand. As he's supposed to think about the feeder as the thing that's providing him food instead of me. But it's not working. He still recognizes that.
Oh, there we go. We're back. OBS. Are we back? Oh, we're back. Discord. Can I be back, please? Can Discord come back? What the? How does this even? Okay, I'm gonna close it. We're back. I'm back. I'm sorry, everyone. My code. Let's give him a call. See if he's even awake.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I had to patch some cables together. Sorry, I decided to upgrade to Cat 6. I get a little manic. I decide, sometimes in the middle of the podcast, I decide
just a little cheeky.
I work in cycles. I have a long period of, I don't do much.
Yeah.
And suddenly I get this burst of creativity. I'm like, hey, what if I had some thick ass cables? I know we're an hour into this podcast, but what if I had some thick cables right now?
I remember that.
I need 10 gigabit. I need my whole house to be 10 gigabit connection internally.
I had a lot of fun that episode where I was really manic. That was cool.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it was that one. It was like the fall or maybe. Yeah, it was fall last year. I was like manic for one episode.
Where you loved everything.
Yeah, it was awesome. I don't know what happened.
You got to experience. We always talk about we want to be one of those guys who just loves everything because you're stupid, and you got to be that guy.
I got to be stupid,
and it turns out, unfortunately, that it is just as awesome as it sort of seems.
It was better than I thought. Anyway, we're back. Yeah.
Yes, we decided to watch Spice and Wolf.
We did.
Because it's our free, we get free choice, And you'd think it'd be our
Yeah.
podcast, so it's always free choice, but no, we get like one free choice where we get to watch
No.
a show and talk about it, a full one.
There's a masochistic sort of quality to the podcast up until this point, and then we
can't
just
make
realized
good
we could
content without a little bit of suffering.
just watch whatever we really want.
Just
Yeah, well, we did High School of the Dead as well. That's two. We're two in a row
True.
of just
Yes,
watching
yes.
whatever the fuck we wanted, and we just. I mean, is this? I don't know if we've ever watched two classics in a row. Really, like have we ever?
Maybe, who knows? I don't
Probably
know.
not. Anyway,
Yeah, I guess this is. I mean, I don't know. Is the show itself a classic, or is it just sort of? I mean, it's very the name is so recognizable. It's very iconic, at least.
yes.
That was mainly why we checked it out. Spice and Wolf. It's a light novel adaptation by a guy who I think probably has an economics degree. And is he? I don't think he's the Log Horizon guy. That's another guy who I think has an economics degree. Is that a different guy? Hold on.
Billionaire Girl, World End Economica.
Yes.
And then yeah, he's World End Economica. That's like his other thing.
Okay. Yeah. Which one got in trouble for not paying taxes? That was probably the other guy. Yeah, Isuno Hasekura. Yeah. Billionaire girl. What if a billionaire was a girl?
Impossible.
Yeah. We watched the first season of the anime. I forgot.
We did.
I forgot there were two. I forgot there's a second one. But it is like a full-on second season. It's not like a split core because the second season is done by Brainspace, which I thought Brainspace did. Both of them. No, the first season here is done by Imagine without an E at the end. Who I was trying to look through what they had done, and I was like, why do none of these shows have Wikipedia articles? And then I looked some of them up, and I was like, oh, they've done nothing but porno for the last like 10 years. I was like, oh, this is a bunch of porno.
I can see that. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
There
I'm
was,
not that shocked. Yeah.
There was one, and then I knew, having that information in my head. At one point in the show, there's a sound effect where a guy has the reins on the horse and he's like slapping him, and it's sort of like a too wet sound for the reins on the horse. And I was like, they have that in their library, and they definitely use that in one of their fucking pornos later. There's no way.
It's all they know. Look, they wanted to make. They were like, we need to legitimize ourselves by making the least pornographic thing that we can, and they still put a little bit of eroticism in it.
A little bit of slap action in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little early, but yes, I did notice this is very much. It's one thing making this a classic is this is very much. It's late 2000s. It still has a Blu-ray release, but it's very much in the era of bad anime sound effects. We're still. It's like Steins Gate, where it's like we're up to HD, we're good, everything looks like high def, and we're still using some crazy old sound effects that sound really weird.
What did you know about Spice and Wolf?
I knew it has girl, and girl is cute. I knew she was associated with apples because I knew the ED and they sing about apples, and just her color scheme. It's always very. All the promo art. It's always very autumny, and there's a lot of apples. I thought that maybe he sold apples, or maybe she was. And I don't know. But I knew it was about. That's what everyone always says. It's about economics, and I didn't know if that was gonna be like. I didn't know to what extent that was gonna be. I didn't know if it was gonna be like mostly slice of life. Romance comedy, and then occasionally there's a scene where it's like, I traded 2 ears of corn for a pear. It turns out it is much more in depth than that. It is.
I've never in my time watching an anime seen an entire episode of an anime take place between two guys just talking across a desk. It's crazy.
That
It's
kind of
it's
happens,
crazy.
yeah.
It's like there's like 16 minutes of just two dudes talking at each other. One of them's got his
Talking
elbows on the
about-
table.
Talking about incentives. Talking
Yes.
about, like, how do we get a guy to want to do a thing? How do we make it worth a guy doing something so that we can be able to do, something? Ugh, yeah.
Now, I didn't know much about this at all, other than I was of the belief that I thought that you, as the viewer, were not supposed to want to fuck the wolf girl.
What?
I had gotten the impression that this was like
How would you think this? How would you say?
I thought I had gotten the impression that this was like way more dry than it is, and that there was not going to be just ludicrous levels of sexual tension across the entire show. I was not expecting there to be absolutely
I did not experience
absurd. The
you-
most sexual tension I have ever seen in an anime. Like, just begging these two people to fuck for 12 episodes, or 13 episodes, rather. I guess I had a misconception that this was... It is simultaneously very cerebral, but also quite horny. And I did not think that they could exist in the same place, but they really do. This is very, very horny, and also
I do not understand this. I don't know how you got this. There was
that it wasn't going to be horny.
I did not get any. I did not pick up any horniness at all. Lawrence is almost like, he almost seems autistic with how horny he's not. I think
No,
I think he
they're
like blushes once, maybe.
They are seconds away from making out in like the third episode. Like are they about to fucking make out underneath a blanket? Yeah, they're like seconds away from having sex there.
That was the strongest it gets, though. I mean, like,
But then the rest of the show is just loaded with them like clearly wanting to fuck really hard, and then they don't.
but this is every, like, she's kind of just tsundere, like, yeah. But
Well,
that's
okay. Let's talk about the narrative, and then we can get into exactly when she becomes a tsundere, because she does become one.
a little bit, yeah. Yes. Is the main character's Lawrence? He rides around and he sells stuff. I also, one thing I remembered is that is the voice actors. It's 2008, and this show is Lelouch and Colin from Code Geass.
Hell yeah.
Just hanging out.
They do be loving sitting on them wagons together.
Yes.
They do love riding around on wagons.
Well, that was she too, but
It's
yeah,
him.
close enough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Scumbag Steve. Oh man, these New York tunnels are making my comment I left on Fall Final Part 4 obsolete. I don't even remember that. I shouldn't have said that. It sounds. I mean, I obviously remember all of our loyal viewers' comments, every single one of them.
Are we dunking on him, or are we pretending that we remember that?
I don't remember. Do you remember?
Do we dunk? Do we dunk on
That's
him?
not dunking. That's just the truth. I don't.
No. Should we dunk on him though? Should we be really mean to Scumbag Steve?
Should we fucking dunk on this motherfucker right now?
Yeah. Should we just dogpile this idiot?
I'm thinking there's only one of him and two of us.
I'm seeing there's blood. Honestly, there's a little bit of blood in the water right now, and I'm kind of fucking. I'm really my nose is perking up. I'm like, oh boy, this might be some fresh meat here. We can just fucking dogpile this. The only guy that listens to our podcast.
Steve, gonna be honest, we were in a bit of a slump, and I'm sorry, you might need to be sacrificed. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you here when we talked about the tunnel? We did discuss the tunnels. I'm tentatively pro tunnel. So far.
Well, I'm furtively pro tunnel. That is. Are you kidding me? Why are you fence sitting? What are you fence sitting for? Fuck that.
I need to know all the information. I need to get all the data.
No. I know that shit rocks. I know that there's a bunch of dudes. They're in the. They're covered. They're covered in soot. face is just dirty. They're sweating like fucking pigs. But god damn it, they're having an awesome time. They're probably the biggest fucking smiles on their face, smashing away at that rock.
I want them to whistle the Great Escape theme.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but like in like a minor key with like a very Middle Eastern, like a, a very, like a very, like I don't know, a very Jewish version of it. They could compose, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good bit. Okay. What was I saying about the show? Fuck.
There's a guy he be going around on a wagon. He go to a town on a wagon, and while he be in that town, they have a festival where they're cutting all of their wheat. Is that right?
Yep.
And
some grain, whatever.
Yeah, and the last person to cut the last piece of grain is the festival wolf maiden. And they put him into
run away and hide in a like a shed so that the wolf can't get him or something.
Yeah, they're
it's a
like
realistically silly, like very old timey tradition thing. I like that.
Yeah, it's quaint, very quaint. That's the kind of like just agonizing attention to detail that they put into this show, but it's often not used in a creative and kind of fun manner like this, and is instead put into semantics that nobody could possibly give a fuck about. But go on.
Yeah, he has this lady friend who lives here. Her name's what the fuck was her name? Chloe or something?
Chloe, yes.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I like her. And also, I don't know, I couldn't find any key animators that had actually worked on Code Geass. There's some faces in these early episodes where I'm like, these people drew some Code Geass faces because I could see it in the eyes.
Well, to me, it's in the braids. It's in the braids to me. Look at that hair.
Yeah, that
hair. That's Code Geass hair for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people drawing Code Geass at the time, and I guess watching it too. Maybe, I don't know. It's popular. So yeah, he rides through here. He talks to her for a bit, and then a lady shows up in his trunk, and Hollow. I knew that. I pretty much knew her personality. I think I can tell based on the kind of lack of words and phrases that I recognize from her that she speaks very old-fashionedly, and she's naked a lot, but she's so like featureless that it's not. That's another thing I was gonna say is like used to say this show is so unhorny that even when this bitch is buck ass naked, that it's not even really that.
No.
She has a dignifying figure.
No, the horniness, the ephemeral beauty of her naked form is not the horny aspect of the show. The horniness does not come from the nudity. It's not profane like that. No. It's the horniness is in their dynamic between the two of them. Where their relationship is the horny thing, where these two people really, he should be putting his penis inside of her, but he's not. That's the horny element of it,
I see.
She wants to have sex with him, and he wants to have sex with her too, and she does like flirtatious things with other guys to make him jealous throughout the show. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
So I don't know. It's this show. This show looks okay. Some of it's a little rough. I don't know. It's a little bit older. They probably weren't. I don't know if they're probably planning on putting it on Blu-ray.
It's definitely not a look. It's not a looker.
Not a lot.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's no. She looks good. They put a lot of effort into making her like when she's alluring, and they give her close-ups a lot of detail and put a lot of personality into that. But yeah, it's not. You're not coming to this for like staggering detail,
Yeah, not a lot of color. A lot of these colors, they're not dazzling. And Hollow's great, but Moe has come a long ways in the past 14 years. Our cute girl technology has really kind of entered into a sort of we're approaching a singularity. So I'm sure this was mind blowing at the time. Now it's just like, okay, yeah, she's good. But they travel together. They go to a port town called Pazio. Mamma mia. And this is sort of our first. This show's basically 2 arcs, right? This season's 2 arcs.
Correct. Yeah.
2 pretty long.
That was another thing that surprised me as well, because I was expecting an episodic show. I really thought that what was going to happen is that we were looking at like a Genno Saji style, like, or not Genno Saji.
Gunslinger Girl.
No.
It kind of reminded me of Gunslinger Girl with the color palette.
What's the show with the guy who's like a healer that works with spirits?
Mushishi.
Mushishi. I was feeling like a Mushishi style, like they get on their cart and go from place to place.
Kino no Tabi. Yeah.
Yeah. Episodic. They've got a problem they have to solve in every episode using their set of skills.
Yes.
Not
every episode.
Not
someone
just
has a trading problem. You gotta do some business.
No. It's instead really
schemes.
Extremely convoluted schemes across multiple episodes. It's really like fucking like half a season of Game of Thrones, where they got motherfuckers betraying each other and they're speculating and
yeah. Well, the first arc, I like straight up gave up on understanding the nitty gritty of like what was actually happening. With the money stuff, because I was like, it doesn't really matter. I get what's happening with the characters, which was true. The second arc starts up, and I'm like, all right, this one I got a firm handle on. I understand what's going on, and then I totally lose it like 3/4 of the way through. I'm like, I don't understand. Oh well, it probably would have been better if I understood. The first arc involves speculation on hard currency that's being
it's being diluted. Yeah, it's being diluted. So
Yes.
so this nation is rebuying their currency in order to produce it with a lower silver content.
Yes, but no one knows that.
And god damn it, that is the
That's
driest fucking I mean literally it's like you could talk about Naruto. It's like, okay, try to convince somebody to watch Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why that fucking hot girl's there.
Because it's like, okay, you get Naruto. It's like, okay, well, he's got a demon inside of him, and he wants to be Hokage, and he's got to fight a bunch of ninja, and he's an underachiever that has to overcome his own like base ineptitude through sheer willpower. It's like, oh wow, I can relate to that. And then when you get people shaking coins to determine the purity content of silver in them.
Yeah, it feels like this guy just wanted to write about this, and he was like, "Fuck, I gotta have something in here, like just like a girl."
Could you believe this got a fucking audience? I mean, it's crazy.
This is why.
Because this is like, people know Spice and Wolf. This isn't like obscure. Like, this isn't like like. I mean, I think that people who, I mean, I knew about Spice and Wolf basically as soon as I started watching anime, and to think that it is. If
you thought it was going to be drier than this, you were expecting even more.
I didn't expect the girl to be as hot as she is.
Okay,
Is that I didn't expect her to be like that.
Because I was watching this and I was like, God damn, they really do be talking about fucking credit and trade, like it just, and interest, debt, and devaluation, and
just every term I can think of relating to economics. Yeah. Oh yeah. The economy crashing. Like fucking. Oh god, bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is an arc in this.
Capital fucking collateral. It's happening. So yeah, our guy, like, he wants to get a bunch of There's also like 5 different fucking currencies in the show. Like I had they have like
Oh,
silver,
no,
silver pieces at one point.
Uh.
No, because you're like I get this because at one point he gets 140. He's about to get 140 silver pieces. He's like, that's awesome. That's a shit ton. But then he ends up getting 200, and he's like, fuck yeah. And then he's like, well, what does he say? Like one silver piece is like, you can live on that for like a week. So then you have a decent idea of what it is. But then at some point they bring in these things that's called something else. They're called like Lumians or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one that is. And then a gold piece is like 35, 34, 37 silver ones. I don't know what the L ones are. Is that a different word? Is that just a different country? I don't know. I lost. There was
No. I gave up. I know.
There was a line in there somewhere that explained that. No.
Don't even bother. Completely gave up on that. Just out. Whatever he says is true. I listen. Like whatever his emotional state is regarding the money is what I went off of. I had zero.
Look at his face. He's like, his money good. His money
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. That's my summary of the show. Sometimes money good. Sometimes money bad.
Yep. Sometimes wolf girl naked.
That's always good. I mean, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Oh, fucking shit!
She's such a brat. She's just such a little brat.
Oh, you gotta fuck her. Oh, you have to fuck her, bro.
Well,
Come
you
on.
can't because first you have to get tricked about coins. All right.
Why you waste your time getting tricked about coins? The first
no motherfucker has ever thought about coins this much with pussy in front of him for so long.
This motherfucker, the transaction that they ever have together, he makes 3 times as much as he thought he was gonna make, and he's not just tagging that shit on the reg. What are you doing? You're crazy. How could you do this to yourself? How could you travel with a companion like this? Right next to you in the car. She's shaking her coochie at you, fucking begging you to put your whole fist in there.
Usually the traveling together shows are 2 guys and a girl to prevent that from happening. You got your samurai.
No.
You got your cowboy bebop. You got your Finding Nemo? No, that's not it. I don't know. You get the idea.
She's waving her fucking gash at him, begging him to fuck her, and he just won't do it.
She probably wouldn't let him if he tried, though. Think about it.
Oh, she wants it. She wants it. I watched the show.
She's a brat. She's not gonna, she's gonna.
No, dude, this is literally constant flirtation. This is her the entire show saying that she really wants.
She has a flirtatious personality. She acts like that.
No, she does it specifically to get at him. She's doing it specifically to egg him on, to make him make a move, because she wants to get fucking rutted out by this guy.
Well, she is also taking his money. You gotta think about that angle too. Like, she could just be doing it because he's helping her out, and she's spending a bunch of his money. She wants to be as a viewer. Yes, we know that obviously she actually likes him as a viewer, but from his perspective, she's like a hitchhiker.
He knows that she wants to be
and
had.
She's also like a god, one of those gods who loves drinking. They're always very, Japanese folklore. These gods, they're always drinking sake. They're dangling their feet off things. They're very mischievous. They fuck with people.
Oh, she's not gonna waste her time fucking with somebody for that long. She wants to fucking get. She wants to be had.
I don't know. Whatever. It's not. Anyways. So yes, they're learning about coins. They meet a guy named Wise. They end up getting tricked about coins. Here's the beginning of my notes for episode 4. This is the extent to which I understand what's happening in this show. My first note is plan for money business.
All y'all be about funny business. I'm about money business.
Bravo. Thank you for putting the final piece of the puzzle together for me on that. My first notes are plan for money business, and then hollow in the bed. Oh yeah, right here.
I challenge anybody.
Analysis experts.
I challenge anybody to watch this program and deduce more than we did from it. It's impossible.
There's high highs and there's low lows.
It's like the orb of confusion from SpongeBob. Like once she gets doing cute stuff like eating bread or going into bed, it's ogre. Like
Well,
there's no,
it's
I
like one
can't
of those
follow.
Japanese like variety late night variety shows where you're trying to like answer trivia questions while getting your dick sucked. Or like that scene in Swordfish. It always comes back around to that scene in Swordfish while he's getting his dick sucked while hacking. It's
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
man.
You have to keep ping ponging between very different areas of your brain, and that at least it makes it very watchable. Honestly, it's these episodes they don't seem as slow as they should be for what happens, which is often almost nothing.
It's kind of like High School of the Dead. Very,
There
it's
was a
almost
lot
like a
happening in
part.
High School of the Dead.
Yeah, but there's also like you just like your brain is focusing on this human drama and then tits show up.
Yes.
It's like, but this is less vulgar than that.
Yeah, that one swung much closer to the extreme on the boob end. This one swinging much more on the analytical side. I don't know
But it
what you
turns
gotta
out the
call it.
ratio, you can really, as long as you got both, it's fine. You really
Yeah,
just have to have enough tits out there to keep people
keep
entertained,
it
and then it'll work.
keep it
Yeah.
balanced. So yes, they're embedded in this currency scheme, and then Hollow gets kidnapped. She's very off model in this screenshot, but she still looks good. I like her here, but she looks like she's from a different era of anime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
her face is like bigger, but the features are smaller. I don't know what's going on. Um,
That's not the pouty that she would make in anything else. Other girls make this pout, in other shows, but it's
yeah.
adorable.
hmm So she gets kidnapped. I think it's, yeah, it might be episode 5 where there's just him and some guy who's like at a bank or whatever just talk about incentives, and I done get it. I done get it, sir. I'm sorry, for like at least half the episode, and then they
What there?
kind of
How
escape
how
in the
often
sewers or the
how
catacombs.
often do people tell him like they're like, well, clearly clearly we don't have any sort of business interest in what goes on with your partner, and we have no reason to protect her, but we're going to
Well,
protect her
it
for
happens
this.
like
Well,
once
it
this
happens
time,
twice. It
or does
happens
it?
twice. Yeah, they're like they find a reason to get him back as lady. They're like
Hmm.
fucking like, well, for the sake of protecting our business relationship, we'll
Yeah,
protect
yeah,
you.
that makes sense. Uh, and then sometimes they're keeping it. So she's this wolf, demigod or being, and they have to keep that a secret. Except sometimes he just tells people and they immediately believe him. They always believe him about the wolf thing. Just
They
okay.
do.
Uh, there doesn't seem to be that much else, like other magic. They mentioned that there are wizards, but none show up in this season. And then he rescues her, um, and then she gets mad about some woman thing. I didn't really get that either.
That is where so she does not start as a true tsundere. She becomes a tsundere about episode 5 or 6. Like
Okay.
she like kind of goes into full tsundere mode at that point.
Yeah, she
Because I
starts
think
out
up until
being
the
kind of pure teasing, kind of pure
yes.
smuggy, and then she gets kind of attached, starts doing this shit. Yeah. Oh, and then guess who shows back up? It's cute lady from the village. It's Chloe.
There's no way that
Chloe.
you can make this make any sense to me. Why would this little girl from the village be involved in this, embroiled in this kidnapping and scandal for
Is
the
she supposed
church
to be
like this?
from like a well-off family, and then so she's like, I don't know, or maybe is she supposed to be like, because she was like a business associate of his, and I think their dynamic was that she was like a lot more aggressive, and he was kind of put off by it or something, and so I guess that this makes sense as sort of a follow through based on that characterization.
Well, is it
If I picked up
who
on
are
that
the
correctly enough.
clothes? The clothes are for her, right? The clothes that he's been saving up for that Holo wears are clothes that he had purchased for Chloe. Am I right?
Is it for her or is it just
It's
for?
got to it's got to be for
But
her
then why
because
does
why would
he? But then why does he like, uh, you know, uh, refuse her advances and leave her there? Did he chicken out? or what happened?
I think that he wants to have the shop before he wants to, like before he seriously
Okay.
proposes to her. I think he bought the clothes as being like, hey, here are some beautiful clothes. I have a shop now. Let's go. Let's start a family together. Because he's clearly interested in Chloe, but that doesn't
Mhm.
really affect his clear desire to fuck Hollow as well. So I don't know what's
Uh,
going on in this man's head. What's happening in this guy's? It's Kraft
cha-ching.
Lawrence. Fuck yeah! All he thinks about is money. He's got his mind on that paper.
He's got money on his mind.
All right.
Uh, so they run away. Someone gets stabbed. Oh yeah, Lawrence gets stabbed. Chloe holds out her hand in a very silly "join me" moment, even though it's just I don't. Okay. Um, I have my notes are very simple. I have woohoo and then a bunch of money symbols and then never mind and a single money symbol. So he thinks he's
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna make like 30,000 gold pieces, but after like taxes or whatever, it's like one or I don't know. So he doesn't make that much money off this
This
whole
guy is
ordeal.
such a fucking moron. Can you believe how lost he would be if it wasn't for Hollow? Like, no wonder he just has that fucking cart with some bullshit on it. Because like
Well, this whole
he's
thing is that he's too
constantly
nice.
he's constantly getting fucking had. Like the
Kinda, yeah.
what was the one that cracked me up is like he makes an agreement for a business transaction where it's like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
well, you can buy this information for me for 10 silver pieces, and if it doesn't work out for you, I'll give you the 10 silver pieces back. But if it does work out, then I get 10% of what you make, where it's like a person has absolutely zero exposure in this business. Like, you don't even have to be a business person to recognize that this is a horrible deal. Like the guy's a
It seems
moron.
like it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Hollow just kind of helps him like pretty much scam people,
Yes.
which starts making him more money. But then also she helps him like expose. Everybody's scamming. No one's having a normal transaction in this show. Everybody's up to some funny business. So yeah, there's a 1 episode break between the arcs here. 7. Was it like an OVA or? Uh oh. Hello.
What's up?
Oh, my computer's freezing.
No, you didn't drop again, did you?
Did I? Hello? Oh. Oh no.
All right.
No, I didn't. I'm right here. Oh. Shit. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, he's back.
That wasn't my internet didn't drop out. My whole computer froze. Jesus Christ. Am I still here?
Yeah. What's up?
All right. Weird. Maybe I should restart after this. How much uptime I got? How long has the old computer been on? Let's see here. 36 days? Yeah, probably time for a restart. Might be time. Oh, and I'm quiet in Audacity again. Let's see if I can fix that. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
I just told you what's going on. Let's see. Does this do anything? How about that? Hello.
Greetings.
No, I'm just gonna be quiet now. Great. I swear I ordered equipment to fix this. It just doesn't it's just not it just didn't show up. It just didn't get here in the mail.
You got to do the entire new pewter. You have to do an I
Oh,
bought
no
a new
way. I just did that.
I bought a new fucking graphics card. I bought a
Whoa.
an RTX 3090. Because I needed
Okay.
to have a whole bunch of video RAM. It has 24 gigs of video RAM in it,
Oh yeah.
which
That's
is
good.
a lot. Anyway,
You can do some sick stable diffusion. You can do some sick AI with that.
I could get so many cute girls so fast.
Oh, so fast. Yeah. There's got to be can I just boost? Can I just boost myself in OBS? Can I just apply more gain even than it lets me? Can I unlock? Can I
You should be
unlock
able
hyper
to.
gain? Filters, properties? No, it doesn't let me. Wait. Gain. There we go. Gain filter. Let's go. All right. This might get intense. Let's see what we could do here.
Turn it up.
I've turned it up. Okay, it's looking better in it's not gonna be good in the recording, but it's looking like it's coming through better on OBS. All right, let's see. Okay, you say something? I want to look at the lines.
That's me talking to you about whatever it is you're thinking about.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll put myself down a little bit more. Okay, how about? Oh yeah, this is looking pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself in. I'm gonna mute myself in Discord and then listen to the stream here for just a second.
No.
Okay, how about? Oh yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm thinking I sound pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, I think he's fucking
I
fat.
think I'm sounding silky smooth. The show, I was saying something super clever, but it was once again my word processor that has crashed, freezing my computer and ruining everything. What? This is crazy. All right, let's recover this. Yeah. Successfully recovered. Oh yeah. That's what I was saying. Is between the arcs, there's this this is a one episode kind of break. I think it's episode 7. It says somewhere that it was like an OVA or something. I don't know how that works, but they have too many apples. Hodo learns about the concept of an apple pie. I thought she was like hundreds of years old, and she likes apples, but she's never heard of the pie version. And then they walk around, and she tries to hold his hand, but he doesn't notice. Again, I'm sure you interpreted this as extreme hardcore sexual tension.
I think I interpreted that as her wanting to get fisted in her ass.
Nice.
I think that's what that means. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's clear, palpable sexual tension. I mean, when they nearly make out in like episode 3, and then they spend the rest of the show not boning, like that's a lot of tension. You know. Maybe I'm more ends driven than most people are, but sue me.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't refresh the tension all that much. This angle too. The guy in the sewer. What's happening here? This is like in Star Wars. This is like in the prequels where at the window, where things at the wrong angle.
I'm waiting for. Yeah, it's a little wonky.
It's a little weird.
It's a smidge wonky there, yeah.
So then, yes, we get into the next arc, which is episodes 8 through 13. This is a 13 episode season. My notes for episode 8: Selling Peppa, table scam, wizard.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. I guess even the guy they're selling like one bag of pepper. They're selling it to him, and I guess his table was crooked, so the scale was leaning one way. Even that guy's scamming.
This dude is so ready to just fall into anybody's trap. How the fuck did he survive this long without her?
I know.
Like, what a moron.
I mean, he was just getting very slightly gypped. It was less of a scam and more of a gyp.
Well, they tell, like, somebody's like, that stuff's not as worth as much as you thought, and he's like, oh no, not like, hey.
Well, that's the craziest one. That's by far the craziest one, and that's not even really his fault. We'll get to that. But we've come to the best part. One of my favorite characters. Not that there's that many, but we meet the cute shepherd girl Nora. Where is she in here? Oh, also I like this little tablet with this sassy little kid in here. What was this story about? Oh, it was like some what's it called? It
was a parable.
A parable of yes, a guy who sells things, and I love the pose this little dude does.
He's like, why don't you eat this motherfucker instead?
Yeah, and the little kid's like, whew, strike a pose for him, little Billy. Wacha.
If you're in a fucking face Satan, you better come up with some poses.
You
You
better
can't
be
come up
ready
with
to,
some weak shit.
yeah, bust it down. I'm just gonna keep scrolling through my screenies until I get to Nora.
She love Apple. Oh, she love Apple.
I like all her clothes. All her clothes are so good.
I like it whenever she eats food.
She likes to drink. She likes to eat food.
Me too. Me too.
Me too. You're just watching and
She
nodding
just-
along. Like, me,
she's
me
just
too,
like me.
Hollow.
For real.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Get to her. Get to the little girl. Oh, she
Oh,
has
yes.
to oil up. She has to oil up her tail. Oh, she's so
always
drunk.
stroking
You gotta fuck her, dude. Come on, man. I hope that
He is crazy for just even the drunk Hollow can't get him. That's so insane.
just 13 episodes of hard boning, please. Why did the porn studio hand it off?
Well, yeah, this is
They're
what
like-
they got. This show broke them. They were just like, we can't do this anymore. We have to draw the penis going in.
You must let me put it in, please.
Let me draw it. Oh, look at her.
did
She's
we
so. Her hair is the perfect amount of messy. She's
Well,
so,
the
she looks so
second
pleasant.
that he sees her, he's like, oh.
Yeah, look at her.
Yeah, he's like,
No, he's not. No,
He's
not.
been hanging out with he's like boy yo 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 awooga nine nine. That's you remember that part?
I maybe I was. I don't know.
Isn't
I
it
was
a
talking, making
cliffhanger?
notes.
Is it a cliffhanger, or is it like a mid episode reveal where they come up to somebody? Hollow says, "Oh, that's my least favorite kind of person," and then they get to her and she turns and we don't see her face, and then Kraft Lawrence is like, fucking
Yeah,
like
something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but then they
Anyway.
meet her, and they is this where they take her? Oh yeah, they take her with them.
I don't
and
I don't understand any of this shit either. Cause like they got like a shepherd, so she's a shepherd, and basically the idea is she's like, I'm a shepherd and I'll escort you so you don't get attacked by wolves because I have a dog. And they're like, well, that's
Yeah.
a swell idea. And I thought that meant that she was gonna have to leave her flock behind, but she brings the sheep with her
yeah,
to protect them along their trail. It's very strange.
yeah. I guess sheep herding dogs will scare off wolves. Why not?
Just yeah, I don't know. And Lawrence is like, I've never heard of the idea of somebody hiring themselves out to protect people from getting harmed before. I've never heard of the idea of a guide, like oh, what a novel concept. I've always just assumed that I'm going to let myself be killed by wolves everywhere I go, rather than having any sort of protection. You could make a lot of money in keeping people from dying.
Yeah, maybe he's not much of a reader, not very worldly.
He's really not much of a fucking anything. He's a giant moron.
He's a bit of a simpleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyway.
But anyways, Nora is so nice and pleasant. We're dealing with this fucking Hollow bitch this whole time, and she's causing trouble. She's whining. She's eating all this dude's snacks and drinking all his booze, spending all his money on clothes. And then Nora comes along. She wears rags. She's nice. She smiles. She fucking shuts her goddamn mouth. She's the best.
But she's not tarted up like Hollow is. Hollow's tarted up.
She's tarted up in a different way. She's just like I take care of the sheep.
You just got.
I live in the grass. The grass is my
Yeah,
home.
the grass is enough for me. I'm just happy for your. I just wanted somebody to talk to. Meanwhile, Hollow's in heat next to you, fucking just.
If you bought this bitch a
oozing.
burger, she eats like dandelion leaves. You bought her a cheeseburger, you could marry her right there on the spot. She's yours forever. You could impress her with something new every day.
It's incredible that she hasn't been like murdered. Like, it's
Just
incredible that
sold.
somebody hasn't just picked her up and like added her to a harem somewhere. Like, she is like, I'm hiring her to defend me against wolves. Meanwhile, like, she would be the perfect victim. Anyway.
So they go with her to the next town, and there's all this foreshadowing where you can tell something is going to go wrong economically, and then immediately something goes wrong economically. So what happened was, our ingenious hero, who like knows more about economics and has been talking about them pretty in depth the entire show, even though he sometimes gets outskilled, put himself massively in debt and spent his entire
His
livelihood.
exposure is crazy.
His entire the exposure. Lawrence, it's not fucking priced in, buddy. It's not priced in.
He's letting it ride like fucking nobody's business. He's betting it all.
He's putting it all. He's putting it
He's
all
putting it all
on
armor.
On yeah. He bought.
No diversity in his portfolio. Straight up. He saw GameStop. He's like, yup. And let's liquidate that 401k real quick. Dad, I got something that's a surefire bet.
Yeah, I bought a shipping container, and I'm taking 9,000 Nintendo Switches to the Maldives.
He's worth their weight in gold, baby.
Yeah, we're fucking in it to win it, pal.
It's not even Nintendo Switches. It's the NES classics that you plug into your TV.
It's hot pink Uggs.
We're gonna be rich, I tell you. We're gonna live like kings. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm renting a C-130 and taking fucking 900,000 gallons of Chick-fil-A sauce to the Baltics.
Look. There's a gentleman. He's the deposed leader of a country in Africa, okay? And he just needs a little bit of financing. And then
taking Nerf guns to General Butt Naked.
in the Uzbek Republic.
These are great. I love these. My men will enjoy them in the off time.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, anyway, yeah, he really makes a fucky wucky here.
In his defense, what happens here is so absurd. So, yeah, he buys an entire cart. He literally puts all of his eggs into one basket. Mm-hmm. The basket is his cart, and the eggs are armor. He buys only armor, nothing but armor. He spends double his entire net worth in armor and buys all this armor. And he gets to town, and it turns out armor is trash now. No one wants that shit. And it really,
how is it possible?
How does the market in metal armor collapse completely? Like, even if a war ends, did they invent a new type of art? What happened? Did they say what happened? Did I miss what happened?
No, that's a certified I'm ruined moment right there.
That's like that could happen with like eggs, like I don't know, like
there's salmonella. It turns out that unfortunately your eggs are worthless because this area of the country had a salmonella outbreak. So the eggs that you invested in are no longer usable. And you have to dispose
it would be
of
like
them.
Now there's so many eggs. There's been a good harvest or something, and now
how can armor become it's literally it's fucking foolproof.
Yeah, it doesn't go bad. It
no.
It's everyone's always gonna need to not get hit with a fucking battle axe. That's
Why
not
is this guy
commodity I would expect to just the floor to fall out from under.
Why can't he just stay in his lane?
I know, he's always doing different shit. It's called Spice and Wolf.
Yeah, he buys pepper, and I'm like, oh, there we go. Now he's in his groove, and it's like, no, I'm in armor now. I've liquidated all of my assets.
Yeah, it's like, what's his thought process? Like, yeah, let's go with armor. I don't know. Yeah, today
I don't know shit about it.
Yeah, let's what are you gonna load up my whole cart with? How about scissors? I don't know.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
probably this fucking idiot would fall for it. It'd be like, yeah, scissors are actually. We've learned that they're imbued with magical properties. Like he's like, go on, tell me more about these magical scissors that you're selling me. I have it on good authority. These are gonna be worth 4 times as much tomorrow morning if you take them over that other town. And they'd be like, but be right back. I'm gonna sell everything I've got. I'm gonna sell my horse and to buy these scissors.
Yep.
Anyway, that's the show.
Um, yes. So, yeah, he is ruined. He's ruined. He's been tricked again, and I guess what they end up having to do is he tries to like pay his debt to this trading company by helping them smuggle a bunch of gold that they have out of the city, which is heavily under the control of the church. The church is a big entity in this show. And they can like smuggle it out tax free using Nora's sheep by having them eat the gold, which I don't even know if that ends up happening. And by the way, I'm pretty sure gold can be like digested. It's like a soft metal. I don't know. I just don't know if that would work. And so they're doing that. But then the part I lost it was when the trading company betrays him and just decides to kill him instead because they actually didn't have as much gold as they told him, so they couldn't pay him. Is that why, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
They
company was in dire straits.
You can't. Why would anybody do business in this world? Fucking, this is
yeah.
insane. You can't. You can't fucking.
Yeah.
You can't do anything without everything falling apart on you. Like the guy's he's just trying to fucking like sell armor. And then the market's collapsing on him. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to try to make up my debt rather than just running away from it. And then he tries to do that. And they're like, well, we're just going to kill you instead because the debt's not worth it to us because we made a fucky wucky. It's like, this is no place for an honest man.
Yep. Get fucking tricked again, idiot.
Really?
So I thought they were going to whore themselves, but instead they do this whole silly plan. So then he gets betrayed, but then Hollow saves him by she solves the arc again by turning into a giant wolf that hurts people. So that ends up coming in handy twice in this show. So that's good.
Violence is a good motivator. It's a good method for reaching a compromise.
Yeah. Yep. Solves everything by getting naked. What did she do with all those wolves?
She fucked the whole squad, dude.
No,
did she?
No,
she must have fucked the whole squad.
Why would they add that line in there where she has clearly not fought all the wolves that are chasing them through the forest, but she says she's not going to say what she did. I don't want to know. Why would you have that in here? This was such a nice show.
Just write her so that she scares off the wolves. Why does she have to fuck all the wolves? Why
she did not fuck all the wolves.
She fucked all the wolves.
No,
what else are you supposed to take away from that?
Dude, come on, no.
What other read is there that they're supposed to get from the show other than that she fucked all the wolves?
Some wolf honor thing, probably. Maybe she had to bow. Maybe she had to like do the equivalent of like bowing to them, and
she would just say that. If it was,
she's too proud. She wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
No,
okay. All right. I'm gonna Google it. Does Holo fuck all the wolves?
Okay.
Let's see.
Right.
Keep going.
Well, does she?
Just realized how
you'd think she'd be a little more like traumatized.
Oh, okay. All right. People think that she just did a Dogeza. But
I
but there's
told
so
you,
much.
I called it exactly.
There's so much
you.
horniness in it that she must have fucked.
No,
the
there's
whole squad.
not.
She
Think about
wanted
what
it.
happens in this show. No one even dies. You think she?
Are you telling me? You tell me
she
that
got
she didn't.
gang fucked? Come on,
She,
by dogs.
You saw the lustful look that she had in her eyes.
No, she did not.
She was begging for it. She was drooling.
I'm not. I do not have your back anymore. This is gonna be used as evidence.
Is a deal breaker.
I told you. Yes, I told you. All that stuff I said about how you never talked like this. Now you're doing it. Now it's just.
Well,
now it's.
Yes, we do. I guess we do have many years of recordings of me saying horrible shit. You're in the chair giving a deposition of my character.
Dude, I have thought about hearing this podcast in court and how hard I would laugh so many times.
The one that always cracks me up is when we're just screaming in the middle of the woods about how we are deliberately threatening somebody. we're just being like, we mean what we're saying right now.
Yeah, it was not even funny. We were just like, just wailing like lunatics and talking about beating someone up really badly.
We wanted to do it. This is evidence that we plan to do it. If it does happen, we mean it.
It was us. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. just deliberately incriminating yourself for something that you don't plan on doing. Just really like laying the fucking the breadcrumb trail to yourself for something that you don't even think you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Leaving a long, elaborate, like Riddler-like trail of hints when you straight up did not do some shit. Oh, that's
Trying
awesome.
to get yourself arrested for a crime you didn't commit.
just reading about unsolved murders like in your area, and then just like laying clues to yourself. I bet people have done that. I bet there are people because they actually were just like, hey, it'd be funny if like I were like if they just want to be, like an ingenious villain, but they don't want to actually kill anyone, so they just
they call the police station and they're like it's me, I'm the one that did it, and like they've you need to go to this park and look into this garbage bin and you'll find the evidence you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you've gone to you've somehow collected their DNA sample.
Yeah. Although probably probably 9 out of 10 times the cops will immediately get that that's a dumb like copycat or whatever. But then every once in a while, I wonder.
You only got to find one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Hollow fucked all the wolves.
No, she did not. Nuh-uh. We established this. And yeah, then she beats up all the guys in wolf form, and then almost eats Nora. And then Lawrence is like, "Drop it, girl. Hey, drop it."
Is your kitty doing something bad?
No, in the show, he's like, "Drop it."
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at I'm looking through this thread to see if anybody else thinks that she fucked all the wolves.
She did not fuck all the wolves. Why do you want her to have fucked all the wolves? This is weird.
No, because I need other. No, it's not that I want her to have done it. It's that I need other people to have thought this. I can't be the only one.
Well, yeah, clearly. I mean, people were like, "What were they trying to imply here?" But no, it's not. Yeah,
anyway,
no, they have to kneel in front of the wolves. Yeah, it says. Yes, and then he gets even with the company by he finds the secret money in the wall or something. I don't know. I think everything's fixed at the end. Everything is fixed now. I think he still keeps the debt. He still has to pay it off or some shit. This motherfucker's crazy.
It's possible that there's no solution at all, and I'm just so tuned out that like I accept whatever resolution they come to. I don't know. I watched it all. I watched it all happen. I was reasonably entertained, but I also, for lots of it, didn't really understand what the fuck was going on, because it's so needlessly complex and all of the different machinations and once they started introducing the different like factions, like all the different trading factions, that's when it really starts to get hazy as far as like trying to follow everything that's going on. Like, I can't keep up with all these guilds, guys. Come on.
There's a bit of that. Yeah, compared to C, the money and soul and possibility control, that shows more about macroeconomics. This is some motherfucking microeconomics. This is hardcore microeconomics.
This is money
This
changing
is down and
literal
dirty.
hands.
These are street smarts. Yeah.
Yeah, trying not to get conned out of twice your net worth because you bought some
Whoops.
armor.
Yeah. Is there a way to do that now? Is there a way you can just fuck yourself in like a day financially? Is that even possible? Like, what can you like? Will anyone let you do it? Like, who could you go to just be like, I want to spend all my money and also twice that?
Vegas,
on,
baby.
on something
Vegas,
that's
baby.
on like baseball tickets for a game that's today.
Nah, dude. You go to
Like,
the
where
strip.
Can you go? Where can you go if you want to be massively in debt right now? Yeah, I guess you can gamble.
Yeah,
Is that it?
twice my net worth. Yeah, I want to put $500 on black. Hey, I just sold my car, and I'm gonna see about putting about $1,500 down on red right now. Actually, I'm gonna put it on 00. Let's go. Fucking.
Shit,
We should go to
I
Vegas.
won.
That sounds
Do it
fun
again.
as shit. That sounds fun as hell.
Yeah.
Just go and what do you go to Vegas? What are you trying to do?
Probably. I mean, you just kind of stumble around really drunk for a while, right? You just get drinks. You do some. I don't want to do any like. I would embarrass myself trying to do like any in-depth card stuff where you have to say words or like make decisions or make symbols with your hands. I'm not doing like blackjack or I don't know, craps or anything. You do some slots, you do some, I don't know, maybe some roulette. Maybe you go see
Some baccarat.
are there any like Vegas has like the only other thing is like the shows, but all the shows have got to be the gayest shit ever, right? Like, is there anything?
Yeah, you're
worth
gonna see
seeing?
Lady Gaga on concert.
You
You're
see
gonna
like
you're
Penn
gonna
and
go.
Teller, like I don't know, like what the fuck do you see?
Yeah. Penn and Teller are gonna tell me that I'm stupid to my face for 2 hours. They're gonna be like, "You're a giant fucking moron if you believe anything that I say."
No, actually, the balls were in this cup, you fucking idiot.
Now I'm gonna put my balls in your mouth, and that's the trick. I would spend the entire time trying to get the dumb one to talk, because there's the smart one, which is the guy that can talk, and then there's the dumb one who can't talk, and it's like, why would this fucking idiot just say something? Like, what is he stupid?
You can hear Teller talk sometimes.
Are you sure that he doesn't have somebody else just like projecting words for him, like a puppet scenario? I think he's too stupid.
Chris Angel. Oh, you gotta go see Chris Angel,
yes!
dude. You gotta go see the Mind Freak.
Oh, I'm ready to get Mind Freak, dude. Let's go.
Fuck yes.
Mind Freak. You probably got to go eat at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant while you're there.
Oh, is that
Go
in
get.
Vegas?
I think everybody's
one
got a
of them?
restaurant in Vegas. Yeah, I think there's. We can go. Hold on. Let me see. Restaurants in Vegas. Let's plan our fabulous Vegas vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
There are still Elvis impersonators. Wow.
Yeah, we can go get married. You and I could go get married at a fake chapel.
They got a fat Elvis, big Elvis.
Which Elvis do you want to marry us? In a legally binding ceremony.
Yeah. Blue Man Group, you can go see them. Carrot Top's there.
Last time I went to Blue Man Group, I fingered somebody, so that would be really a good thing to do before we go to see our Elvis impersonator get us married.
Chris Angel, Mind Freak, still there. Hell yes, David Copperfield's there.
Maybe we can get Chris Angel to convince us that we're both gay. Maybe we can. You just got Mind Freak. It's like, no, Chris Angel, turn me back, please.
I was just gonna say, turn me back. Wait, when does it go back to normal, Chris?
It never goes back to normal.
And then you go backstage and no one's there. It's like, where's Chris? You just walked past. Who? Who's
Welcome,
Chris?
welcome to your new twisted world, where
And
you
then,
let guys.
you have a little note in your breast pocket that says, "You'll have to find me, or you'll stay freaked, mind freaked."
Find me in a Detroit bathhouse.
Yeah.
And you'll-
Oh no,
in the black
Detroit.
area of Detroit.
Oh, I'm just gonna stay gay. I'm not going to Detroit.
Detroit. Isn't that part of this? Isn't that part of Deus Ex? Is where he has to go to a gay bathhouse in Detroit to turn himself back to being straight.
Yeah, he has to fight his shadow self, the gay part.
Oh man, that's epic as fuck, dude. I want to go to Guy Fieri's Vegas kitchen and bar.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri, dude.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
What's going on? It's Guy Fieri. Okay, we can. Let's see. Say cheese. You've never had a cheeseburger like this. Don't miss the award-winning bacon mac and cheeseburger with crispy applewood bacon, 6 cheese mac and cheese, onion straws, and even more cheese. And guys, donkey sauce. I don't want any kind of donkey sauce on my burger, bro.
You know what Vegas also has is they got like crazy fast like go karts and shit. I think you can like do dog fighting. I think you can fly a little plane. And, like, do like paintball
like dog fighting, like you get pit bulls.
I think you can have. I think you can find black guys and have dogs kill each other. That would be a hilarious misunderstanding. Is I'm like, dude, we're in Vegas. Let's go dog fighting, and we both end up in very different places.
You asked the taxi driver the wrong one. Like, I got you, man. You find yourself in the back alley watching a couple of pit bulls
come back with a real 1,000-yard stare.
Pull a poodle in half. God, yeah, I think there are buildings that they're like you get out on the ledge and then the floor drops underneath you and you fall to your death. Yeah, Vegas is a wild place, really. I bet Vegas is actually. It's got to actually be pretty hard to find anything really interesting in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think it's mostly people handing you flyers, handing you flyers for the worst prostitutes you've ever seen in your life. Just like here's horror's so bad that we can't keep them in the city. We have to take them just as far away as we can.
I thought there was only one whorehouse. Like all the rest, I mean, even in Vegas, the prosties are still like under the table, right? Like I don't think you're actually supposed to do that technically, but it's kind of like assumed, you know. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Nevada is the only U.S. state in which prostitution is legally permitted in some form. Let's see. The most populated counties do not permit it. The majority takes place illegally in metropolitan areas of Las Vegas and Reno.
Called it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, there's still plenty. There's still plenty of that going on.
That's gotta be the saddest horror house experience you can really have. I think. Like that's probably pretty fucking terrible.
As opposed to what? Like, where's the best whorehouse, you think? What you expect? The most cheerful and hopeful and optimistic whorehouse.
I don't know. There's probably a whorehouse somewhere out there that has a lot of honor and dignity.
I mean, there's probably some spot. What are they called? Soaplands in Japan. They're probably decently cheerful. Probably good customer service there. Honestly, I bet there's nowhere in Japan where you get like bad customer service. You know.
Best whorehouses in the world. The Google search. Okay, reddit.com/r escort clients only. Here's a post from 6 months ago.
Clients only. They had to make it clients only so that
help, let me out. Isn't just the only thing that's on there. People begging to be let go.
I'm in the tunnels.
Best big high quality brothels around the world. Okay, here's the number one response. It's It is as bad as you could possibly imagine. Okay, here we go. It's a
Malaysia.
whoring man who's fucked everywhere in the world. Nowhere would have all of that. The best options are, and I'm not giving you all the details, so you need to Google stuff yourself. Volkenstrasse in Duisburg, Germany. A 10 plus multi-story buildings with clubs and brothels. So many fucking girls. On a good day, you have 100 plus white girls to pick from. Okay.
That is a lot of white girls.
I don't know what you need to specify.
I think I know why he needed to specify.
Pascha in Cologne, Germany, a multi-story building, basically Europe's, if not the world's biggest brothel. So much fucking to be done there.
This guy is German. That is,
yeah.
So much fucking to be done there.
FKK clubs in Germany, Golden Time in Dusseldorf, or Artemis in Berlin, or some of the. This guy is in fact a whoring man. He is an authority on this.
Absolutely, yeah. This guy knows shit.
Pattaya, Thailand. Best Thai whores are found here. Orchard Tower in Singapore.
You'll have to Google some of this yourself. I'll only give you some hints. Here's the name of the establishment and the city it's in.
These bitches will suck 5 layers of skin off your cock.
Whoa! I don't need that. Jesus.
No. That's my own embellishment.
Oh, okay.
Per Fürstenstrasse in Berlin. I think this guy might be self-ratting right now.
I think Berlin he has a problem. What the fuck?
Netherlands, Bulgaria, Singapore, Manila, Philippines. If I were to pick any place, I would go for Germany. Everything is legal, and there's so many nice ladies there. Prices are 150 euros for an hour, plus extras for some services. Check ladies.de. Not going to click that one.
I am.
House number 5 is his favorite place.
Wow.
Check these ladies, and yes, they are real.
I'm on ladies.de, and one of the the header is wo willst du Spaß haben? And then there's a search field, and then the button to submit is Los geht's. Not this. This language is amazing. It's like that tweet where the guy posted a picture of himself, and he was German, and he's like ugly, and he goes, "Ist es ober für mich?" Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like,
well,
how the fuck is this real?
All right, Germans.
Why is everything grayed out? Can I not?
Yeah, well,
This website's fucked up. God damn it.
Escorts clients only. Oh, I have to spend some more time on this subreddit. This is very wild. It's kind of amazing this is allowed on Reddit. I wouldn't have assumed that that they would let you do this.
You didn't think Reddit would be into sex work?
No, I didn't think so.
Really?
Escort took condom off and took it raw without my consent.
Oh no. What? No
Everything
way.
seemed pretty normal. I put the money for an hour on the table, started cuddling / hugging with a little bit of chit chat. Then she gave me a bareback blowjob. She slapped the condom on and we went to town. I think the only thing that was different up to this point that was she was the only one of these escorts that actually maintained any form of eye contact, so it felt somewhat natural. Anyways, about 20-something minutes into it, she gets on top of me, yanks the condom off, and sticks it in her vagina without saying a word other than, "I want you to come inside me."
This is a 12-year-old posting this.
I never asked for bareback or even remotely insinuated it. It felt too good to pull out. Yeah, okay.
I didn't even suggest that I wanted this. It's like, how could she have known? What, she just assumes? She just assumes that I want it raw. How much of this is this like fantasy, like fetish stuff? Is any of this real?
I don't know.
Like, I recognize a provider from high school. Should I see her? What? No way, dude.
This is
They're all gonna say that this is like grooming and that you shouldn't do it. Hold on.
Appreciate a true slut when you find one.
Review: Sexy Shane 916 in Bay Area.
My dad always said a slutty 7 is better than a 10 that only does missionary, and this applies in this hobby as well. What dad is saying this to their child?
Wait, how often does this happen? Jumped on me bare without my consent. Did you read that one? This is a different one. After I finally got an erection, next thing I know, she jumped on my bare cock without my consent. I was so mortified, but it happened so quick. I didn't stop.
I
her.
was absolutely horrified by the concept.
I'm humiliated. Oh fuck! This is so good, dude.
The fifth most popular post.
Reddit guys getting raped by hookers is the funniest thing I've ever found on this website. Holy fuck!
The fifth most popular comment of all time is "Do not go raw, please." I had unprotected vaginal sex with a cute BBW escort 2 weeks ago. She looked like she didn't have anything, and I saw her before.
Fuck? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. She looked like she didn't have anything, and I saw her before, and she told me she gets weekly STD tests. A week later, I started experiencing signs of an infection: discharge, painful urination, swollen groin lymph nodes. So I got an STD test, and sure enough, I tested positive for gonorrhea. The worst part of having gonorrhea is that it smells so bad. Multiple showers didn't seem to help the smell. At work, a couple of my coworkers noticed a rotten smell near me, and they've been avoiding me since. Dreading going back to work tomorrow. Please wrap it up.
That's gross.
Wow. I got caught in a sting operation. Here we go. Are you with me still?
Yeah.
I saw an ad on an escort site and messaged her asking what her rate was. She responded, and we set up a time. When I pulled up, the girl asked if I was the person she booked with, and then the cops came out of nowhere. They said I was being arrested for solicitation of prostitution. They had the text on my phone, including a photo of me, and said it was clear that I was asking and attempting to ask someone to engage in sex activities for money. My heart dropped. I started sweating and my voice was trembling. I tried to deny it at first, but they weren't having it. They arrested me, took me to the station, took my photo, and got my information and fingerprints. I was in custody for hours before the arraignment. I pled guilty and ended up getting no jail time and an $1,100 fine. I'm 20 years old, and now this is on my record. It fucking sucks, man. This is the full spectrum of just people having horrible experiences getting prostitutes. This is
a great one. What are racist hookers looking for? I have seen plenty stories of hookers that have no AA on their profile, and if you mention you are black, they ask you to send a photo and then decide whether or not they would reject you. I have heard all sorts of reasons for no AA policies: pimps, getting robbed, aggression, haggling, not attracted to black men, etc. What exactly are they looking for when you send a photo? You can't tell someone's personality by picture, and if they aren't attracted to black people, why would they request a pic in the first place if they know you are black? Edit. I know some are going to comment on here about how the hookers are not racist. I am not on here to debate about whether people who discriminate on race are racist or not. The focus of this post is how these hookers decide which black people they want to see.
Where do they get off?
And the
Where do
ones
these
they don't want to
bitches
see based solely on a picture. I mean, they just want to look at you to see if you're a fucking thug psycho, obviously, because you're getting robbed by black dudes constantly. Yeah, they want. The first comment is they want to see if you look like Kimbo Slice or Don Lemon.
Has anyone offered civilian girls money to get to the point?
Oh my fucking god, dude.
I'm starting to see there's lots
God.
of girls who aren't in the sex industry who will accept payment to screw them. Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of providers use humidifiers and complain that it is very dry. Around their mouth area, they said it is dry. At the end of a session, they had a nosebleed and said it was because it is dry. What causes this?
causes the. Well, it's like they're talking about like their dog. To be like, well, my
Yeah.
dog's got a dry nose.
Escorts refusing to let their hair down? So I had an in-call session recently, and the chick had her hair all tied up at the back. Girls' looks normally drop by 4 to 5 points minimum when they do that, i.e. a 9 out of 10 would now look like a 5. So I said, can you let your hair down? And she said sorry and refused. This is not the first time I've had this happen to me. I get it, you don't want the sticky sperm all over your hair, but I've had girls who have long hair and don't tie it up. It all comes down to professionalism of the escort. And for me, it completely ruins the experience. Feels like I'm banging some girl from the national gymnastics team. I'm wondering if this has happened to you guys and what everyone's take on it is.
I mean, this is like these are people who are true hobbyists. This is like people talking about their train that they set up in their basement. Like they're like fucking like, hey, have you guys noticed that these tracks are a little bumpy? It's like, oh, did you notice that women won't let their hair down when you pay them to fuck them in the ass?
You notice how some women don't want to do the most granular, like, specific things that I ask them to do?
Have anyone noticed that escorts born and raised outside the USA are a lot more nicer and feminine and actually don't hate their customers? Oh, God. Excuse me. Man. Well, this is a veritable gold. I mean, there are 72,000 people in the subreddit. This is nuts.
Just amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to jump back here because I could just go for forever. I mean, this is fascinating.
This has a multi-part guide on how to tell if a female orgasm is real or not.
Dude, you're banging a prostitute, guy. Do not waste your time and money on Rebecca Lynn, Houston,
Aw.
Texas. Outing her like that's crazy.
God damn, call out posts.
Semi-long read. Just writing this to warn anyone who may consider meeting Rebecca. Don't. I visited her yesterday for what was supposed to have been an hour, and it quickly became the worst experience I ever had with a provider. Let's see.
Do you avoid big booty providers as an average size guy? I want to start seeing escorts with massive asses, but I'm not sure if I have enough. I'm not sure if I have enough down there to handle it. Deposit scammed by Elena Koshka.
I decided to download Tinder again to see my luck at scoring some civvy girls. Well, that didn't last long. They're calling women who aren't prostitutes civilians.
That's
is bizarre.
insane.
It's
This is so insane.
But the fact that okay, look, it just the conversation is so normalized that people that don't prostitute themselves are civilians is one of the most deranged things I have ever heard in my life. This is fucking
These are the
insane.
horniest guys ever.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Best exercise to get fit and prepare for sex? And he writes it like an email. Hello, male in 30s. I will have a few date in a month. Long time no exercise. How do I get ready for better fit looking for dedicated exercise for sex position and cardio? Thank you.
Okay, here's a sketchy one. Got a provider pregnant. Title more or less says it all. I would see her about twice, sometimes more up to 5 a month over the course of a year and a half, and almost always exclusively finished inside of her. But she would claim that though she would claim she was fertile, which I doubted, as she encouraged me to not pull out. So I ended up falling out of the hobby for a solid year, picked it up one night, came across her ad, so I reached out. Recognizing my number, she calls and asks, do I remember the last time we had a meet, roughly 10 months ago? Do I recall not pulling out? Which I said, yeah, I do. She proceeds to tell me she ended up having a baby and couldn't figure out how the father was. Y'all, I hung up and blocked her number so fast, it's a shame. Something similar happened to any of you?
Escorts in South Korea sure like their IUDs.
No. It's so mundane. It's like something you say at the water cooler at work. Christ almighty. Robbed by escorts and pimp. Tiffany and Brianna in Chicago.
That narrows it down.
God damn.
How do you get a burner phone? Not an app on your normal phone, an actual burner phone. Well, first you post on Reddit, you fucking idiot. Does anyone else not mind BBW providers, or am I an outcast? How often do you see your ATF?
Seeing pro cuddlers have ruined escorts for me. Not going to lie, hiring cuddles has officially ruined all escorts and massage parlors for me. I understand you won't get laid every chance, but the thrill of the hunt is what I love, lol. I use our cuddle comfort since it's the biggest. I never push boundaries and always let the cuddler read. Over the last year, I've seen about 25 cuddlers in the LA/OC area, and I've had about a 60% success rate. I try to avoid the ones that charge crazy rates, and go for the girl next door types versus the ones that look more like hookers. Out of the 25, I've fucked about 6 of them.
Odd conversations you've had with escorts? I'm thinking back on an experience I had with an escort who I had regular sex and paid for the GFE. After meeting twice and having a good time, she was talking about one of her favorite kinks, which is walking around naked. Wow.
What a kink.
What a adventurous gal. She was white, 5 foot in height, with a big butt and blonde hair. She gave the best BJs, and anal was the best for some reason with her. Might have been that round booty. She said she walks around naked everywhere she can at home, and even sometimes taking out the trash. I asked her what got her into that, and that's where the oddity really comes into play. She told me that her father and mother were nudists growing up, so she never really wore clothes around the house. Okay.
I pay my coworker
Okay.
$100 to
That
suck
gets a
my
little
dick.
dark.
I pay my coworker $100 to suck my dick in the break room. I asked her how much would it be to have sex, and she said $500 till I nut. Is it really worth it?
Lawrence could help that guy out.
Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Yeah.
This thread, odd conversations you've had with escorts, and it's all just them getting molested by their fathers. And these guys are like, oh, weird.
Would you eat ass from a provider?
Like, would you? Like what have they asked?
I was in Bogota a couple months ago, and I couldn't help but go to Santa Fe, where you can find all the streetwalkers. I found this 19-year-old tiny, cute paisa from Medellin, and I had to take her with me. She gave me some of the best head ever. And although we were in a 69 position, I didn't eat anything. She had the most beautiful butthole I've ever seen. Clean, not a single hair, etc. I came and left. For a couple days, I couldn't stop. I should have eaten her ass. So I had to come back and find her. As soon as she saw me, she ran to hug me and kiss me, tongue, and told me that she wanted to come with me again. This time I took her to my hotel and she sucked my suck bear. I asked her if I could eat her ass, and she said yes. I'd lick the hell out of it for about 20 minutes. Best 69 I've ever had. Then she asked me to fuck her in the ass, which I gladly did till I came. I don't know if I did the right thing, but every time
it's so awesome that all these guys talk about fucking like they're like a 14-year-old. I fucked her till I came, dude.
I don't know if I did the right thing, but every time I think of it, I get super hard. Would you eat ass for a provider?
Well,
I do it. I do it all the time. I know the risks, so I will not cry if I ever get salmonella.
I don't fucking believe it. Dude, I don't believe it.
It's the entire
Oh,
subreddit of
holy
the stupidest
shit.
people on the planet. It's
Oh
incredible.
my god. Fuck. it's
Sometimes
amazing.
This is from Bareback Rider 69. Sometimes you can't help yourself, LOL. And Latinas with ass make it so hard to control yourself. Sometimes as you see a booty so damn hot, you gotta bury your tongue in it. Beer clank, peace sign.
Here, you know what? Find a good one and we'll go out on that one.
Okay, hold on, let's see.
We'll go out on you reading that.
This could literally just be from Spice and Wolf taking an indefinite break from mongering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoremongering.
Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna see.
Have you told any family members you see providers?
No.
I've only had sex with escorts. Is this normal?
Why I've learned to keep hobbling to myself. What is hobbling?
Is that
What is
another
it?
word for mongering?
I don't know. It seems like you can just use anything.
Yeah. Finagling. Gibbering.
Excuse me. 11 girls in 5 days in Frankfurt. What is your record? Just to return from a really great, very memorable trip to Frankfurt,
Well,
where I
hold on.
visited the red light district.
Read it slow and dramatic.
Just returned from a really great, very memorable trip to Frankfurt, where I visited the red light district. Was not good, TBH. As well as the main reason for my trip, FKK Sharks. Let me just start by saying that each time I entered Sharks, it felt like I was entering the pearly gates of heaven. It is a great, spacious club with great atmosphere, filled with 50 plus extremely good looking women for all types, willing to offer their services. My routine was to get to the club at 3 to 4 p.m. and stay until 12 a.m. I averaged around 3 girls per stay at the club. During downtime, there were many activities I was able to do, such as eating at the buffet, decent food, watching TV, Champion League games and F1, jacuzzi and sauna. Overall, it was a very pleasant experience, and I can't wait to do it again. I'm curious though, does my figure, 11 girls in 5 days, compare with other men in this subreddit?